Good afternoon, ladies and jelly spoons. So today we're going to have a reading for the month of September. We're going to have 3 questions and 3 answers. So let's just get our questions up and running first. Please give us 3 questions for the month of September. I'm just going to use Major Arcana, Aces and Court cards. Please give us 3 questions for the month of September. First question. Justice. Second question, Judgement. Third question, King of Swords. So now we formulate our question with respect to those 3 cards. Okay, first question, Judgement. Where can we find renewal and new life and new enthusiasm? Resurrection, in fact. Now with Justice and the King of Swords, we're formulating questions rather than reading these cards. So let's be a bit creative because they're quite similar. They're both figures that are good judges. Let's say with Justice, what do we have to be fair about? Because justice is fair. Let's say with the King of Swords, where can we be modern and forward-looking? This is something I feel about the King of Swords. I think he's an Aquarian king. Having specified our questions, we can now ask for 3 answers. Please give us 3 answers for the month of September. One, 2, 3. I'm going to use the yin-yang rule and reverse that reading because more than half of the cards were reversed. So I'm seeing just really interesting patterns in the cards this week, this month. The Emperor is also another echo of the King of Swords and indeed an echo of Justice. So let's go for the most provocative card of all, the second question. The question is Judgment and the answer is Judgment. Where can we find enthusiasm and a new lease of life? Well, I would say in a calling. What is the calling in September? Has there been a trumpet sounded in your life that makes you feel you want to really get out of bed? Or if you don't have any problem getting out of bed, makes you want to run around and do things and expend energy because you see meaning in life. And you see that you are needed and you're useful and you want to contribute. So this is a vocation card. And it's also a card of a trumpet. It's the calling. You hear the trumpet and you leap out of your grave. The dead old life. The life when the energy wasn't really flowing. Okay. Where in our lives can we be forward looking? Okay. Emperor. In the realm of rules, in the realm of structure. sounds like we need to review the rules and the structures of our life. Be imaginative. Be modern. So in which ways can we let go of the past? Well, in our ideas about how we're going to structure things from now on. It's actually not about living a life without rules and structures. It's about, can we modernize them? First question was, what do we need to be fair about? Well, my classic one-word reading for the world is completion, and my personal classic one-word reading for the reversed world is incompletion. So let's be fair about things that have only incomplete solutions. Let's tolerate things being good enough. And if there's conflict, let's not insist on an absolute resolution or solution right here and right now, because that might not be fair. Okay? I'm going to pull one card from the Canwell Oracle, which I just recently got. This lovely oracle by a guy called J.A. Canwell, who is in America. I think he might be from Puerto Rico, but he says on his webpage that he comes from a long line of psychics in his family, and he designed this deck himself. They're rather beautiful cards, and they look a bit like the Rider-Waite-Smith. So please give us one oracle card as a comment on this reading. Perfume. And I'm just going to go and check his user manual for that card. Okay, well, what Mr. Canwell says about this card is very interesting. He says that perfume makes you feel more confident. You spray it on and you step out into the world and you are more you, aren't you? He also points out that perfume is smell, and smell is the most vivid sense to trigger memory. And so perfume is also connected to your memories, it's connected to the past. And so in a sense what he's saying is, connect with your past and let that connection make you feel confident as you step out into the world and do what you have to do. I'm Robert Farrer, this is Tea and Tara, and I'll be back next week with more of this stuff.